I think Stravinsky composed in different styles throughout his life. He had very different periods as a composer. And somehow this was the most successful. Right before the First World War, with the collaboration with the Russian ballet in Paris, there was a certain top quality of himself, what he achieved. I don't want to say that he never got to that level later, but this was something very, very special, his Russian period. I think there is, first of all, a very clear contact to the Russian folk song, and there is an extremely original avant-garde novelty of his music. And he did it in a relatively short period, in a few years, and it completely changed music history. There are few works of which one can say that they changed the world. And one of them is certainly the Rite of Spring by Stravinsky. There is something so radically new about that work and completely changing our attitude of listening to music and what we can accept and what we cannot accept. I can think of one or two other examples like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony and a few others, but this is extraordinary. I think the collaboration with Nijinsky may have played an important part, because Nijinsky was the genius of the time and also an extremely radical, shocking personality on stage. And he wanted to have a modern dance in which everything looks different than what people were accustomed to. And Stravinsky and Nijinsky working together on this completely new style must have been a collaboration, an inspiring, fantastic partnership which brought out the best of both of them. It's amazing that there is a major contrast between the Firebird and the later Rite of Spring. The Firebird one can actually see as a very romantic music with beautiful melodies and a clear romantic feeling about this lullaby or the lovely melody, what, for example, the horn starts to play at the end. And the Rite of Spring shocks us with this radically modern language. However, there are some very, very special, interesting similarities. Stravinsky likes to use melodies of only a few notes, which sound very Russian folk song-like. And in the Firebird, when he turns these around, actually they still keep their original shape, like It's a singable tune. Now in the Rite of Spring, he does something extraordinary, that he takes a few notes and he turns them around in a variety of ways, like you would change the order of notes. I mean, this is how the piece starts off, and then there, and there's something in between then. Now you always hear the same, but the accent is somewhere else. So first is on the top note, and then it's like upbeat leading to this note, and then faster from the top again. Or an even more interesting example is when now this is a clear melody, and then he adds one note, and therefore the rhythm changes. Then he goes in another direction, then he adds a note again, and what you get is these notes going around like whirling in your mind. And you don't know where you are, because it always changes where the bar starts, and that creates this completely radical new musical language. I like very much Stravinsky's miniatures. When he writes very small forms, like the Scherzo alla Russe, it's a fantastically original, extremely uplifting light music with great witty ideas. And equally, when he turns his attention to a dance form like the Tango, he writes a 3 or 4 minute miniature with a brilliantly fun music. It's always great pleasure, and there is something so clever, witty, humorous about Stravinsky, like with nobody since Joseph Haydn.